Hello. I'm going to do two love poems. Love poems. Yeah, I have smelt the crowds and banners from the top of Arthur's Seat. I've heard late-night comics sure to make you cringe. I have danced the Macarena and drunk myself no-brainer. Here's a fragment from the Edinburgh Fringe. In a grimy pub on Cowgate sat a broken-livered man. His throat was drawn and quartered by his thirst. He was known as Freddie Freeman, and he downed them like a demon, each Cronenberg as welcome as the first. He performed his puerile sketches to a room of tired wretches, and squandered all the takings on his drinks. He was handsome, so they say, in a Middlesbrough way, and his shirt was glued together using links. It was 1:22, and the rain was off and on, and Freddie's heart sank deeper into gloom. But scarcely had he sighed when the pub door opened wide, and 185 gorillas left the room. Then in stepped actress Hetty, with hair like cooked spaghetti, and stood a moment looking like a rat. She was soaked through to the bone, and she'd lost her mobile phone, and she'd left her plastic poncho at the flat. Yet she'd had a certain style as she flyed down the mile that afternoon in satin bows galore. Yet all was quite in vain, for despite her long campaign, she achieved a daily audience of 4. He had seen her in the street, looking lively and petite, and recognised her, though she seemed bereft, with vodka cola in her and with cheese on toast for dinner. She noticed there was only one seat left. So Hetty sat with Freddie in that venue hot and heady. Their eyes and glass half empties briefly met. 'Twas a microscopic saga laced with loneliness and lager. As good as any 3-star show, I bet. There's a bucket man who's busking every lunchtime by the hut. There's multimedia Kafka down at sea. There are shows that never open, there are bars that never shut. And I love it, all its rich insanity. Thank you, that's all.
Give me to me. Take it.
Not yet.
Right. Now, this is the other one. Sue and I were in love. 'Twas ordained from above. It was true romance, right from the start. Then one blessed day, by the river, in May, with a ring, I swore we'd never part. When she walked down the aisle, she wore a sweet smile. Our dear kith and kin congregated. She was dressed all in white, an adorable sight, to symbolise that we had waited. So we set our hot feet to our honeymoon suite. I embraced her and gazed in her eyes. Our lips met in a kiss that was heavenly bliss. But what followed came as a surprise. She got off the bed, turned and smiled, and she said, "Just wait here. Will you give me a minute?" And when she came back, she was holding a sack and pulled out the thing that was in it. I was quite overwrought when I saw what she'd brought. It was leather and covered in zips. Overall, it was skimpy, not to say downright gimpy, with handcuffs attached at the hips. And it came with a hood, and that didn't look good. And 1,000 thoughts flooded my mind. And the thing that I saw made my jaw hit the floor was the gaping hole in the behind. She murmurs all quiet, I want you to try it. Just slip it on, see how it feels. Put the mask on your face. Tie it firmly in place. That's to muffle the sound of your squeals. My surprise was intense at this turn of events. I didn't know what was to happen. I just stood there staring, then noticed her wearing a 14-inch black rubber strap-on. Well, I looked at my Sue, who I thought that I knew, and I thought of the vows that we'd made. And I looked at the phallus she waggled with malice. I must admit, I was afraid. Two years have gone by, and I'm pleased to say I and Sue still remain firmly together. What's come to our aid is the trade-off we've made. That's to take turns at wearing the leather. There are games couples play, little quirks you might say. Every loving relationship has them. While she's strapped to the saddle, I brandish the paddle and spank her to painful orgasm. Then it's her turn again to administer pain. She whips my balls into submission. She pummels my bum, and I only can come when explicitly given permission. There's a moral to be got here, believe it or not, which I'll share now for everyone's sake. To make love a success, it requires nothing less than vigorous, hard give and take. Thank you very much. That's all.